Good morning, beloved students. Welcome back again to our Science 8 live streaming. So last time, we learned about the Ohm's Law as well as the series and also the subatomic discussed by the science teacher, Sir Raymond. I hope you learned a lot from those things. And for this morning, we will be talking about the parallel or series and parallel circuit of Unit 1, which is electrical circuits and electrical safety. And for every lesson, there are always objectives, as I've told you last time. So let's start for the number 1, objectives, and that is to discuss important details of series and parallel circuit. And last objectives is we need to explain the advantages and disadvantages of series and parallel connections in our homes. And prior to our discussion class, I have here the motivation, or you need to guess the answer on the jumbled letters. Are you ready? You will be given 10 seconds and you need to type your answer in the comment section. So for the first word, let's start with this. Timer starts now. You are familiar with this. It is already done discussing by our discussant. 2, 1, 0. Time's up. Type now your answer in the comment section. What should be the word? It should be correct. That is circuit. So let's give the meaning of the circuit. Last time, circuit pertains to the series or pertains to the closed or path, closed loop, that electricity flows on a current. So that is circuit. So we have 2 types of circuit that we need to discuss later. Okay? So how about this word? Can you guess? Type now your answer in the comment section. Clue, it is one of the subatomic particles. Okay. Clue here, it is a negatively charged. Okay? So that is none other than electron. Okay? I know you're familiar with that electron, which has the -1 charge or the negative charge. And we can locate this electron outside the nucleus of an atom. Okay? So how about this word? Type now your answer in the comment section. 3, 2, 1, 0. Time's up. What should be the correct answer, class? Should be correct. That is devices. Okay? So I know you are familiar with devices. Those devices are gadgets, things, okay, that we need to use in our discussion today. Okay, how about this word? This is one of the types of circuit. One, 0. Time is up. So what should be the correct answer, class? Type now your answer in the comment section. It should be correct. It should be series. Okay? When we say series, class, it has something to do with sequence. Okay? It has something to do with sequence or arrangement. And for the last word that you need to guess is this. Oh, sorry for that. I clicked the answer. It should be the parallel. Okay? So, the other type of circuit is parallel. Okay? So, I know you are quite excited in answering that. Unfortunately, I clicked. So, let us proceed now to our discussion. So, in order for electricity to flow, class, we need 2 things. So, number 1 is the power source. And number 2 is the closed circuit. So, I know you are familiar with power source. Okay? So, these are the things that provides the electricity or current in our home. Okay? And then the closed circuit. Some of us are ambiguous with regards to closed circuit. Actually, class, when we say closed circuit, okay, when the switch is on, it is closed circuit. When the switch is off, that is open circuit. So, do not confuse with these two things. Okay? Open and close. Okay? So, let's start with types of series or type of circuits rather, and it is series and parallel circuit. So let us discuss the meaning of series. So when we say series class, it is those are the electrons only have one path to flow through. So I highlighted these two words such as one path. So when we say one path, there's only one way for the electrons to flow. Okay? So example of this, in these photos, okay, as you notice, on the first photo, as you notice, we have the battery and then we also have the bulbs. Okay, on the diagram, we have the R sub 1 up to R sub 3. So it pertains to resistance. Okay, so that pertains to, as you notice at the connection, it has only one flow. Okay, on that particular diagram, the image and then the diagram. Okay, so let us proceed now to parallel circuit. How about in parallel circuit? When we say parallel circuit, okay, there are multiple paths for the current to flow through. So here I highlighted the words multiple paths. Okay, so do not forget this to take down note. Okay, for the series, may I mention again, for the series, it all has only one path, while the parallel, it has only multiple paths. Okay? For the current to flow through. Now, sir, what are the examples of the diagram for this parallel circuit? Okay, as you notice, I have here bulbs here, and I have here also the battery. So, on the battery class, as you notice, it has negative terminal and then the positive terminal. Okay? And as you notice, it is quite different. This parallel circuit is quite different from series circuit. In series, it has only one path, while on the parallel, it has two or more branches. Okay? So do not to take down notes of this or have this screenshot for you to have your reference. Okay? So much for this. Let us proceed now to series itself. So when we say series again, in a series circuit, there is only one path for the electrons to flow. Do not forget this class. So in order to remember in series, which is sequence, okay, it has only one path. Okay? Only one path. While for the multiple paths, that is parallel circuit. Okay? And another thing, in other words, all the components are in series with each other. I repeat, in other words, all the components are in series with each other. So why? Because there is only one path, thus its charge will go through each resistor. The reason why we have all the components are in series, it is because there is only one path. Thus, or so that each charge will go through each resistor. From the root word resist, meaning to say to avoid. Okay? So for the diagram for series circuit is this. As you notice, in this diagram class, we have the 120 volts and we also have the 12 volts. As you notice at the end, we have the 120 volts. So, in order to get the total of 120 volts in series, okay, what should be the missing number for this term? It should be, how many? All in all, that is 40 for this part. But all in all, in order for us to add 120, or to get the total of 120, okay, 80 volts plus 40 volts, it should be 120 volts. Okay, so how about this one? We have 12 volts here. So we have on the upper part that is 3 volts. And the lower part, we have the 4 volts. And how about this part? What should be the answer, class? It should be 5 volts in order to have the total of 12 volts. Okay, 3 volts plus 4 volts and plus 5 volts. Total of 12 volts. That is for series circuit. Okay? How about in parallel circuit? In parallel circuit, as I've said a while ago, class, in a parallel circuit, there are multiple pathways, meaning many pathways for charge to flow. Okay? Aside from this, each device is placed on its own separate branch. So there are 2 or more branches because there are multiple pathways for parallel circuit. Okay? Another thing, current goes through each of the branches at the same time. So as you on in this circuit, all the branches has its light or it has the current or electrons to flow. Okay, as you notice, I have here also the diagram. So we have here the bulbs and we have also at the end the battery. That is battery. Consists of positive and negative terminal. Now, in this case, for us to have easy to understand, I have here the battery again and then we have the bulbs. You notice these are the bulbs and each bulb class has its own branch. Has its own branch. Do not forget that. Okay? So that is actually for parallel, that is 1 over R. Okay? So do not forget that. Now, I hope you learned for those series and parallel. We go now to our second objectives. Do you still remember our objectives? Second objectives? Our second objectives is to what? Explain the advantages and disadvantages of parallel and series in homes. Okay? So let us discuss the advantages and disadvantages of circuit. And we can also know which one is better. If it is it series or is it parallel? Okay? So, to continue, let us proceed first to the advantages for parallel circuit. So, for parallel circuit, we have the, as you notice on the screen, the more device or resistors in a parallel circuit, it does not decrease the current or it does not dim bulbs. Unlike for the series, if you remove one, all of the bulbs will not light. Okay? Now, aside from this, we go now to the second advantages of parallel circuit. If one resistor breaks, a bulb goes out, the rest do not. Okay? If you remove, okay, on a parallel circuit, the bulb or the resistor, the other are also, the other will not affected. Okay? Because that is parallel circuit. And how about this last advantage or advantages? Okay, in parallel circuit, each bulb receives the same voltage that is supplied by the electric source. So, same voltage that is supplied by the electric source. Okay? How about the disadvantages? Or sorry, we also have the last advantage, which is parallel circuit or parallel cells last longer. Okay. How about the disadvantages of parallel circuit? What should be the disadvantages? Number 1, the disadvantages of parallel circuit, it requires the use of lot of wires. So, meaning to say, class, it is costly. Okay, because you are going to buy copper wire for the parallel circuit. And another thing, another disadvantage is the voltage does not increase or decrease if cells of the same type are connected in parallel. Okay? Voltage class that does not increase or decrease. Okay? If the cells of the same type are connected in parallel. Another disadvantage of parallel is parallel connection fails at the time when it is required to pass exactly the same amount of current through the units. So these are the advantages of parallel circuit. Okay, how about in series circuit? What are the advantages of series circuit? To begin, the first one advantage is series circuit do not overheat easily. Please take down note of this. It does not overheat easily. Another thing, series circuit is easy to learn and to make because it has only one path. Last, please remember, series has only one path, while the parallel circuit has multiple pathways or multiple branches. Unlike this one, it is easy to make or to learn so that you can make your own series circuit using the bulb, using the battery, using the wire, and etc. Now, aside from that, in series circuit, we can add more power devices. They have a higher output in terms of voltage. Okay? Another thing, all of the components in a series connection, okay, carry the same current. And lastly, all circuit components are controlled by one switch. It has only one switch class in series circuit. Now, how about the disadvantages, sir? Disadvantages of series circuit is this. There is only one path, as I discussed to you a while ago, for the flow of electric current. If a bulb or lamp is burned, other bulbs will not light up. As I've said to you a while ago, if this is 3 or more bulbs, and if you remove one in series, the other bulbs will not light up. As easy as that. Now, cells in series do not last long. Okay? It does not last long for this circuit. Aside from that, if more bulbs are added, okay, take down note of this last. If more bulbs are added, the resistance in the circuit increases, causing the electric current that flows to decrease. So these are the disadvantages of series circuit. Now, moving forward, the question here is, which is better? Is it series or parallel? Which do you think, class? Choose now. Type now your answer. Series or parallel? Okay, let us answer. Actually, most things are wired in parallel. Okay? So, meaning to say, class, if parallel we are going to use parallel in our house, it is okay. But, you know what, class? Some of the houses are mixed. We have series, we have also the parallel. But we are more on parallel circuit. Another thing, because of the fact that the more you plug in, the intensity doesn't decrease. Okay? And another thing, of course, this also increases the risk of fire. Okay? So, aside from that, this is why homes have fuses or circuit breakers. They turn off everything in the circuit when current moves too fast. So, I know you have your circuit breakers or fuse box in your house. So, now, we go now to question and answer portion. So, are you ready for the question and answer portion? Okay, let us move here in predict and explain. I prepared here 2 questions for you, class. So, number 1 here, how will the brightness of the bulbs change as we add more in series? I repeat, how will the brightness of the bulbs change as we add more in series? So, those are the bulbs. These are the bulbs. And also, these are the batteries, class. Okay, do not forget this. Okay? Now, the question here is, for the last time, how will the brightness of the bulbs change as we add more in series? So, as we add more and more bulbs in series, what will happen to the brightness? Type now your answer on the comment section. What will happen last? Actually, the answer should be, the more bulb you add, the more the light will dim. Okay? So that should be the answer. So do not forget that. The more you add the bulb, the more the light will dim. Because the source has limited power and has limited energy only. That's why the more bulb you add, the more it will get the energy from the bulb. And last question is this. What does this imply about the current in the circuit? So I already answered that question. It implies that the current in this series circuit, if you add more bulbs, the light or the bright of this bulb will dim. Okay? So I hope it is clear now to you. If you have question, you can type it on the comment section. So much for this class. So we will end now. Thank you and God bless for your listening.